Hi, you guys. Good morning. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Hold on one second. Oh, what the fuck? Why? 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 Good morning. Oh my god, thank you, Pursuer. What the hell is happening? Guys, I woke up at 3:30 in the morning, so I'm wearing the same shirt as yesterday. I I'm in rough shape. The birthday was great. Thank you for asking. But I'm here now. We're here to listen to music. Hey, Pursuer, thank you. We're here to listen to music. And let's see, where are we even? Here we are. Lots to do today. I am excited. Good morning, everybody. An afternoon and evening or whatever time zone it is. Lots to talk about today. Oh, happy early birthday. That's right. You were up till 4. Yeah, so we did the inverse. Man, I started playing it was so good that I forgot the name. Dying Light, the Beast. I thought it was just going to be a DLC for Dying Light 2, but wow, what a great game. Oh my god. It's amazing. 3 hours in the last 2 days just locked in. It's my new hyperfixation. It's amazing. Hopefully I'll actually finish it. We have a lot to get through today, so I think we should just dive right in. People will come and go as they please. Yeah. Let's see. All right. I'm going to use my brain to the best of my ability as well. Blood Rebirth, Prelude from Silver and Blood. This is by Jeffrey. Hey, Jeffrey. Nice to have you back. This is, I got into this gacha game. Oh, yeah, this is the vampire gacha game. Because it gave me Castlevania vibes, but someone already beat me to the punch with requesting the main theme, for, Moon and Myth. So I'll just add the gacha character summoning theme. I like the lore of how you obtain characters in this game because you use blood and the memories within the blood to bring someone into being. Good morning, good morning. The more powerful the memories, the more powerful the vassal that is summoned. Oh, what? For those of you who watch Castlevania on Netflix, this is similar to how Forge Masters create night creatures. The first half of the song, when you summon an R or SR rarity character as it ramps up to the second half of the song, that is how you know that you have summoned an SSR character. Animation for the first summon in game. Hold on, let me watch this really quick. That's the summon?
Looks like you are ready. Hold that blood soul with care.
What?
It's the crystallization of their memories before death. It is the foundation of her resurrection.
It's even voiced and everything?
And the covenant that binds her to our cause.
That's the gacha animation? Oh, here it is. Okay. Oh, wow. Oh my god, why? Gacha will never change, I swear. Dear Lord. She has awoken. Who made me shave?
I will provide support from the back.
Dear God. SETI. All right, let's listen to that. Let's listen to that. All right, so this is okay. So this is called Blood Rebirth. I just want someone to grab a male gacha character by the balls, and his balls are like this big. Oh God, that would be the only logical way, the inverse for it to work, you know? Just let me help you up. That's the only way it can be equitable. Come on, you would pull. You would pull. Oh. So it's interesting how it starts with the slam of the Hi, Collision. I like how the church bells kind of kick in. So the church bells kick in and sort of usher in that idea of like, this is the beginning of something new. You know what I mean? There's like the summoning of it. And then we get the dun 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 dun. Who made you shave? I made myself shave. Okay, but why? Okay, I have two questions back to you. Well, number one, why do you care? Not disrespectful. And number two, why not? Is the real question. Those are the questions you have to ask yourself about why you're asking me why I shaved. Not being disrespectful, but think about it. What is the urge to know? Search within yourself. Hey, Momo. Oh, Yasunori Nishiki. Are you serious? Oh my God. That's awesome. So I love how we and then of course we add the chorus for danger and for stress. You know, we get like ripping our shirts open. It's like, wow, feral. You know, there's a quality in that with the sopranos up in the upper register that make us, I'm sorry, I didn't use my bot, one sec. That make us feel very intense and very, you know, like, what is happening? You know what I mean? Like there's this sort of explosion of power in it. Fairly unison. Oh. I think it's cool too getting the soprano over top too, because I think it makes it an individual. So it's an interesting idea that like with all of the chorus, you kind of, it becomes sort of homogenous because it's all kind of just like a noise or a sound. But when we add the one soprano, it's as if to say that's the character that's emerging from this pool, you know, from this coffin. That one character is emerging forth, you know. Also, it does have like a fair bit of desperation within it, which is kind of cool. The sustained church bell is so interesting as well. Neat. that's a nice piece, you know. This is the second piece. Hey, Zero, I've heard from Silver and Blood. I'm like gotcha'd out so hard right now, but I'm like, it's nice enough that it makes me want to try it. Dragon Age 2 and Shadows of the Colossus from Christopher. Well, there is no context. It's literally just, it's the gotcha music. Thank you, Zero. So Dragon Age 2, this is Fenris theme. This is probably one of the first tracks that I heard randomly in a YouTube video or something, but it really caught my ear. It's probably the first time I heard a piece of music from a game I've never played and truly appreciated how beautiful it was. The harmony between the voices and that crazy sounding string instrument is truly unique. I've never really heard anything like it. I hope you enjoy. Cool. Let's check it. I like how it has this wandering quality to it that I think is really lovely. I mean, it feels very proactive in the sense that it feels very busybody. It feels very like because it goes up, so it's in the upper register. In the upper notes, then it goes down. So there's a cyclic quality of it because it's basically down, up, down, up. Da da dee da 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 dee da 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 dee da. And it feels like here's a guy or a character, Fenris, who's very just dutiful and very responsible, and there's a free-spirited air in that, you know what I mean? I like your, so this is interesting because there's tension in that, because there's actually a mixture of the, here, I'll go back really quick before I say what I want to say. Listen to this. So you get dum dum ba dum 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 dum, and then you get ba da ba da, and so the juxtaposition there is really nice because you have short staccato and you have long legato, and I think both of those things essentially like give way to this this way of essentially like there's a clash between responsibility and like wanting to be free. Like I don't know, like there's a clash there because you have the constant undulation of the rhythm with also the sustain of the whatever underneath that instrument. See, it's magnified by the soprano voice there, as if to say like there's a lot of pain and suffering in this character. They've lost a lot, and like their journey, it's really a journey of, rather than like of saving the planet or saving the world or saving whatever, it's a journey of self-reflection as we get that soprano sustaining over top, you know. And I love this little corner too. Sorry, stopping a lot, but it's very pretty. Here you get a corner where it's like boom biara biara, and that like long short, I think is angst. It's like it's frustration. You know, to me, it's like, how do I navigate this complicated situation? How do I navigate this when I feel like I don't have like a foot to stand on. I feel kind of, you know, like I'm treading water, so to speak. Really pretty. Really pretty. I think that's lovely. It's very it feels very like inconsistent in the sense that like it doesn't want to it doesn't know where it stands emotionally. It's nice. It's a nice piece, you know. I think it really describes a character just kind of like wistfully rolling along, you know. All right, let's do Creeping Shadow from Shadow of the Colossus. I feel like you can really hear the running out of time and the feeling of not knowing where to go in this track. The first time I noticed it playing, it was perfectly when you fight the big flying Colossus. Hi, Siren. You love how expressive and emotive my eyebrows are? I'm like heavy breathing. Heavy breathing while doing that. Thank you. That's a nice compliment, by the way. You can compliment my eyebrows all day. Not too much, though. I gotta get back to your message, by the way. Wow, that's a... Oh, I might as well let it play out. So it's interesting. That too, that's you know, it's not totally dissimilar from the Fenris theme, but it's different in a lot of ways as well. So let's talk about it. I mean, I think for one, the amazing melodic writing there, bleak as hell, right? And really, Shadow of the Colossus has this isolation across the board, and it feels like you're never safe. Like no matter where you turn your back, no matter where you turn to look, there's always some sort of a danger that is hidden in plain sight. Like it's obviously there waiting for you. It's almost like standing, the shadow self, the shadow elements of the, you know, those characters, the shadow characters are standing standing there looking at you like it's only a matter of time, dude. And it feels like reality slips through our fingers because we have this long sort of sustaining quality in the cellos and the bass, and then yada dee dee da, and that sort of downward descent like that is a real decay. Hey Marco, I'm T. Well, I'm Marco, which is really, really nice. It's bleak as hell, isn't it? It's horrifying. It's scary, especially in the beginning. So it's an odd mix of anxiety and tension. You know, that upper neighbor. Descending down. Very, very, very like, oh, you know, just like stress. But also like a real feeling of losing oneself. You wanted to say I opened your stream and a wasp immediately started harassing me and my cat, so thanks. Well, that's what you get for watching the stream outside. Wait, are you outside with your cat? Are you a leash cat person? I'm sorry about the wasp. I hate wasps. Wasps, mosquitoes, ticks. Burn them all. Burn them all. Beautiful piece. Alexander. To the Death from Command & Conquer 4, Tiberian Twilight. Me again with another piece of this criminally overlooked Command & Conquer 4 soundtrack, this time with a theme that focuses more on the Brotherhood of Nod. Ooh, I have liked these. Ooh, I like the strings. That's Bach. So just a thought that comes to my mind is the idea that, hey, Lonan, thank you. The only person over there on Twitter. I appreciate that, though. The amazing thing there is the mixture of cybernetic with organic. I mean, this is something that we see in tons of, mainly Xenoblade Chronicles comes to mind. It's almost like it feels to me like this, you know what? I'm going to keep listening. It's almost like the technology and the advancements in science and whatever are actually suppressing and or destroying the humanity that kind of comes through. And so the soprano singing there, hey Cody, it almost makes it seem like there's death in that sound of the soprano. Now it is called To the Death, so I wasn't even thinking about that. But like the soprano, the way that the soprano is singing, it's a little bit thin. A little bit feeling like an outcry of like, what do I do? What do I do? I'm not ready for this. No, don't take me. You know, like there's this real sound of like wanting to survive. Really, it's so interesting. Or or it's a sound of tension and a sound of of you could take the context the other direction, and you could say this is a piece about overpowering an enemy, or possessing, like you will be defeated. I will crush you. I will crush my foes. There is also a confidence in it, but it just depends on what direction you want to take it, which is one of the best parts about this whole thing, is that it can really go anywhere, you know? It could also be a prayer. Some shifting rhythm there, mixed rhythm. Ooh. Yeah, it feels like really like striving to decide whether or not it's time to enter the fray, or there's like mental pushback against that idea. Especially love the duality and the harmony there, because we have the momentum and the rhythm. Let me see if I can find an example. I suppose right there. Is this one? Let me see. I want. No, that's the end. I don't think the soprano has that. Yeah, that's a super simple harmony, and it feels like almost. It feels like because the harmony is split. There's a lower voice, ba-dee da ba-da-dee, and then you have that da-dum dum da-dum 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 da-dum. That tension in that is really satisfying. Hey, Lynn. And so it feels like a culmination at this point, because even though we're ba-dum, 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 even though we have that kind of repeated pattern, it feels like we're building to the end of the piece, which is it's quite cool. I mean, it's nice. I don't think it's my favorite piece from Command & Conquer. It feels a little plotty. I would have liked to have. I do like the variety that we heard, or the like pure classicality, if that's not a word, but I made it up, of the previous Command & Conquer 4 tracks, but that was nice. Hey, Taigo, how are you? Let's go to Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. I would consider this a boss fight theme. This is Galim Dark. What is that? Galim? Okay. Oh. Yeah, probably. Is this 15 minutes? No, this is extended version. Hold on. So I like how it starts with the Super Smash theme as if to say, like, our heroes are gathering, our heroes will be united. No, I haven't. And then here, I love how right there we get the consistency of the thoom, 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 thoom. And over top what we're doing is we're just adding multiple layers. Bum, 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 ba da da da, ba 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 da da da, ba 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 da da, as we get to the main thrust. Cool. So it's the Super Smash Bros. Theme. Ba, 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 ba. But it's all distorted and twisted. So it's interesting because it's twisted because the main theme ba 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 ba, like that's the main motif, and it's super galvanizing and powerful and feels really exciting. In this version, we still have strength and we still have a heroic identity to the piece, but it meanders a lot with that main theme, almost like as if it's splitting it apart. And there it is, sort of ushering in the heroicism. Oh, nice. I like this too. So it's interesting. So we have the team gathering here, which is actually ironically the most replayed part. Hold on. Because of the violin. Yeah, that's fair. Can we talk about how cool that is? Bam, bam, ba, 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 ba. Hit, you know, short, long, short, long. As if to say, essentially, you know, we're inviting a challenge. You know what I mean? We're inviting a challenge. And then when the chorus comes in, this unison coalescing behind this power, you know, of saying like, no, we can do this. We can triumph, you know? Da 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 da. And then it slows down. So it's fun. So there's a balance there between the heroicism of our heroes that we love and adore, coupled with the brum bum 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 this hulking monster that is Galim Darkon. I don't know what that is, but you know what I mean? Like there's a conflict there. Ooh. I think that's the loop. But yeah, what a fun piece, because it showcases danger, but it showcases danger in a really like optimistic light, where we are simply able to, you know, defeat this. You know what I mean? Oh, Galim and Darkthrone are fighting each other while we're also fighting them. Oh wow, that's interesting. That's kind of wild. Cool. That's neat. I mean, you can kind of hear that because one of them is heroic and the other one of them is sort of malicious and dangerous. That's fun. It's a fun little piece, isn't it? All right, bear with me. I'm going to go drop off these grapes because I'm not going to eat all of them. And I don't want to leave them here because I will then eat all of them. I don't want to. One sec. Okay, next up. Are No Surge, or Ode to an Unborn Star. A song from a pivotal point in the game. Sometimes to snatch victory from the jaws of defeat, sacrifices must be made. Class CO_proceed. Semicolon. So, just as a slight pause, it's interesting how it's a little chaotic in the sense that there are 4 different prayers that are kind of happening at the same time. There's one prayer that starts us off really kind of quietly, really muted. Then there's another prayer which almost sounds playful, or there's a lot of sort of slip sliding in that. And then here we have this the unison prayer with the 2 voices, and then here we have Kini no ni sakuha and while that may not be accurate that it's a prayer per se, there's a quality in it of real, like, I would say like contemplation or thought, especially the unison thing. It feels very much like a bunch of nuns just like kind of sitting around praying to God or whatever. So like, it's interesting how it feels like it follows, like, then the soloist stands up and says their thing, and the kind of back and forth is very like hopeful, but also like just trying to make it through a bad situation. So even there, like, yeah, see, but even the mixture of the violin and the really hard the electric guitar, that press in that is the sort of the fight between good versus evil, that balance of like, how do we navigate or conquer adversity and find it within ourselves to pull through. It's also interesting how here we then suddenly we go from that upper beautiful crystalline upper voice to now this middle register soprano chorus, and this really feels like it's sort of acceptance or a sort of choosing to witness a situation and say, I guess acceptance really, it's like, okay, this is how it's going to be. Well, then I'm going to have to take matters into my own hands. You didn't miss very much. Only about, already 50 minutes? About 50 minutes. I actually love that. Ora, ora, ora de la guiar. It's as if to say, I'm not going to let anything get in the way. I believe in myself. I'm going to commit to this focus, and I'm going to strive for a victory, And then when the violin takes over too, like, yeah. And then their repetitive motion is saying, I'm not going to be stopped, I'm not going to be stopped, I'm not going to be stopped, I will say, there's a lot of mood shifts in this, and it oscillates. It's almost like cartoony in the sense that, like, with a cartoon, based on my studies, you know, I've taken a couple coachings with some like prominent casting directors and stuff. And we talked about how like cartoons have one thing and they sharply pivot to another. So it's like, you know, I'm happy. Oh my God, I'm sad. Oh my God, I'm the happiest I could ever be. Oh God, I'm sad. And the pivots happen really sharply. And that's not dissimilar to this, to be honest. Hey, Bloomberg. I went through like 8 different emotions in this. You know, like tons. Oh, thanks, Boing. Appreciate it. We went through like 15 different emotions in this piece, which is absolutely madness. Like in all of it, what was really interesting to me is that all of it kind of sustained and made sense, which is kind of shocking. It's very pretty. It's very pretty. And I think like that's also the thing about our No Surge or our Tenelico. I think a lot of people just don't know about the genre, so they just end up falling asleep because they don't it's out of sight, out of mind. But there's a lot of really beautiful stuff in there once you allow yourself to kind of pay attention to it and tune into it, which is really interesting. It's nice. I gotta be honest. Yeah, it's cool. Persona 5. We wake up. Whims of Fate. I don't remember this. That was our No Surge. I did tell you to leave it. My favorite palace theme running through a casino as a phantom thief while Lin Inaizumi sings in my ear. It was such a relief after the horror that came before it. Okamura's palace was the worst. Oh yeah, that's yes. And then the lyrics. So, two things. So, for whatever reason, I still really don't like this. Now, what I will say is what I think, and now everyone is just completely glazed over and is like, what do you mean you don't like it? I actually don't like how groovy. Okay, wait. All right. Let me talk about what I like. I love how groovy. I love how. Why I don't talk about this. I love the momentum. And I love the rhythmic intensity of it. And what do I mean by that? I mean, I enjoy the tempo. I enjoy the tempo very much. I enjoy the fact that it's a head bobber, right? Like, that's cool. Like, I think it's really interesting. I also think that Lin in this particular spot is singing really well. Da da yada da di da di ba di da di. It's cool. It's fine. Okay. So with Persona, I've listened to all of these tracks now twice in a row. and I need to listen to them like 6 more times in order to make like a proper like sit down dissertation about, hey Tenno, what's up? About why I don't like Persona 5's soundtrack except for like 3 tracks. But this is great because it gives us a space to talk about it. So when it starts, I feel like it's trying so hard to be cool. I think that's where it comes down to. It's like, hey, look, the 70s. And I guess for me, like, I just don't want anything to do with it musically. And I don't know if it's because music like this was stuff that my dad really vibed with. And so I have a predilection, like I'm kind of turned off by it because this is the kind of stuff like I associate this with old people music from like my childhood. And so I'm like, oh God, like there's something about that 70s which maybe because it's like, I was going to make a joke about it being porn music. It's not. Like, I don't know why. This is why I haven't made a video about Persona 5's music, because it's not to say like Life Will Change is, again, a lot of the tracks have Last Surprise. Cool. Like they're all a vibe. But it feels like all of it. Again, this is feel, obviously, I believe it's Shoji Meguro. Obviously, Shoji Meguro is a great composer. I'm just talking subjective vibes. It just doesn't pass the vibe check for me. It's just sort of like, oh, okay. Yeah. I don't know. It's really interesting. Now, that said, I do think that Lin sings really well here. And again, it's like so well written, but it does feel phony to me. And I don't know why that is. It feels inauthentic. Hold on, I want to listen to it. I hate disco. Can you remind me of the definition of, well, now you're using big words. I got to use big words too. Anachronistic. Chronological inconsistency. Oh. Yeah, I suppose. Oh, no, it is 1,000,000% a bop. It is 1,000,000% a bop. Yeah, no, I'm not. And I'm not telling Momo, I'm not telling you not to vibe. That's why I wanted you to put it on here, because I feel like, God, I really love getting lost in the sauce about like subjectivity. And I mean, objectively, it's a great written piece. It's a great written piece, right? Like objectively, it is a good piece. But I also feel like one of the things I get a little bit jealous of my non-gamer reacts counterparts that come onto the channel, listen to music sometimes, is that they can unabashedly not like something and give a couple reasons why, and or say something's not complex, and then they can just go about their business. Whereas if I say that, I have to deal with it, with like a variety of comments. Like someone today in my Silk Song That's Too Hard video saying, I don't know what disrespecting my time means. It's like, don't be rude. It's fucking rude. You know what I mean? Like, it's like, okay, I actually love the fact that like Momo, you love this and you think it's a bop enough to the point that you put it on the list today, where I'm like, for the most part, the only one that I genuinely like of the soundtrack after listening to the entire thing twice so far, I'm going to do it a couple more times, is Beneath the Mask. Now, someone might be like, well, Beneath the Mask is too slow, or it doesn't work for me because it's just it makes me fall asleep. Okay. I actually tend to prefer P4 to P5 as well. P4 feels a little bit more authentic. Hey, Jess. So anyway, let's keep going. I appreciate that you put this on there, and thank you for keeping it, because I really want to have a discussion about it, and I am definitely planning this Persona video it will probably take me another 2 years because I'm risk averse. but it's great. I mean, don't get me wrong, the tempo is awesome. It's great, but it also, you know. You're a better man than me listening. Well, it's my job. I got in trouble for saying that Notland's music was shallow because I didn't expand on it. And so now I feel even more obligated to explain why I don't like something. Not that I need it to be justified by other people. I don't, because I do believe that we should celebrate our opinions. But especially when we share them in a holistic and gentle way. But, you know, I think there is something as simple as I just don't like it, you know? Like, it's a bop. Like, the tempo's great. I like the chord shifts here. I don't love the jazz organ. I like the syncopation. I'd listen to Drakengard. Yeah, I love it. Are you kidding? For sure I would. I like the harmony. Finals, yes. Hey, Damien, how are you? I'll tell you what. I also like how she goes up. Put temptation. Like that. I also like the very nice vocals here at the end. And yeah, speaking of the finals, I've been looking for a first-person shooter to play while I wait for BF6, and actually I started playing the finals a couple days ago. I love that game, dude. I kind of like how it ends too. It's nice. Body. I mean, again, it's a good piece, but thank you, Bivin. I like how here this sound feels almost like twinkling stars or whatever. I love this track. Beneath the Mask. Where have you been? Been searching all alone. Can face it while alone without a clue. But honestly, Persona 4 too, though, like, there's just something about it.
to take a spell
Without me.
think you better the way the world's done me bullshit. When you walked into my life and we connected like we share the same emotion. Couldn't help but move around so fast, but into each other's love spotches. All this energy's got us inspired now. We couldn't stop it, just set it free and
Arguably, you could also say that this is sort of related to the 70s as well. Anyway, Momo, thank you for showcasing more Persona 5 and continuing to inspire me to finish off that video. Oh, wow, 5 gifted subs. Thank you, Corvid. Thank you. Merci, merci. Merci. Je suis tellement content. Merci pour le bon anniversaire. Yes, Damien, this particular Patreon, this particular live stream is always Patreon live streams. But I need to be better to do more non-Patreon specific. I think people are under the impression that I only do things based on the Patreon, which is not true. Oh, speaking of Patreon, though, can I show you? So we've started integrating the full-length Patreon live streams now since like July, so we're going back now, backlogged a bit, and I'm having Nathan edit it down and then upload it. But check out these really cool thumbnails that Raul made. I feel like I'll give you a heads up we finally figured out what to title it. I'm gonna try to do this so you don't see my Sonic thumbnails either. Look at how fun this is. He's such a genius. People introduced me to new video game music for 3 hours. Okay, fine. So I don't know why he threw Iron Mouse on there, but he did. Then this one's funny. Listening to video game songs until my spirit leaves my body. Literally, the episodes are 3 hours long. We have to do something. And that's cut. Yeah. No worries, Damien. And then I like this one. I don't know why he chose to go with Uranus and Briar Feet Simp, but my patrons are clearly named. Listen to the best video game, Uranus and Briar Feet Simp. But this is my subs control what I listen to for 3 hours. You know, we got to unfortunately play a little bit of the clickbait game here, but I found these to be particularly funny. Also, I guess while I'm here, I'll also showcase this. Look at this amazing thumbnail. Continuing my Sonic music education. What a delight. What a delight. What a delightful thumbnail. Look at that. This is your standard opera one. And this one is, I fell for the addictive music of Sonic. I like this. He's feeling inspired. It's funny. Then we had to figure out, I made a battle royale with video game songs. We had to figure out how to do something that for inspiring tracks. Yeah, this is, just a nice variety. The ultimate character theme showdown. That's cool. It's cool. He's very good at what he does. What is under the iceberg? I actually don't know. What is that? Is this some sort of Sonic? Oh, it's Sonic. Is that scary Sonic? That looks like Sonic to me. Does anybody know this meme? Oh, that's... Wait, Sonic EXE? Excuse me? Oh, that's funny. See, Raul is cool because he's younger than me, so he's plugged into the world. And because we're doing A/B testing now with thumbnails and titles, we're able to kind of see how people vibe with certain things. So like, check this out. This is really interesting. So for instance, for today's video of Silk Song, I titled Silk Song equals pain, which I thought would do really well. 25% of people have clicked on that. I Can't Get Good, shockingly, is almost 40%, which is really taken off in the lead. These were not too far apart about an hour ago when I started the stream. And then Silk Song, A Painful Masterpiece, which I thought would be very reasonable, and the most successful is at a second place of 35%. So it's interesting how I Can't Get Good is pulling forward with 39%. Yeah, I think it's interesting too. Now, of course, we could change the thumbnails, but we matched the thumbnails with the titles, and now with the A/B testing, there's really no reason to not do it, which is terrific. It's so fun. Yeah. Get good is a meme, is true. Get on the show! Take on it! All right, anyway. So thank you, Momo, for including Persona 5. It's interesting how I can't get good. Okay, speaking of the finals. So yeah, so I recently picked up the finals. I was wrong about the finals. That would be a great thumbnail. The thumbnail, the video would be, I was wrong about the finals. What a classic YouTuber thumbnail title. But I really was actually wrong about the finals. The finals is an underrated gem in the. It reminds me quite a bit. In some ways, I feel like, dare I say it, Sonic Racing Crossworlds is. Yeah, we're gonna preload, baby. Wait, why is it preload? When does it come out? Preload. Well, I'm scared to make a video about this. Oh, I'll be able to play. Oh,
Today we settle it.
I'll be able to play in 3 days. That's why. Well, I know what I'm streaming now next week. I'm going to get in so much trouble with the Sonic community with Sonic Racing because I've hated every single track I've heard from that game. Anyway, neither here nor there. I'm in my spicy take era. The finals. Yeah, terrific game. Really, really, really surprised at how good it is. It reminds me a little bit of Warframe too. You know, free to play, but you can buy stuff. You know, the usual. Really, really good. And so I've been listening to the music with a keen ear, and I've really been enjoying it. This is the main theme for season 7 of the finals, a virtual game show shooter featuring corporations and hackers, and an absolute banger in my opinion. I wholeheartedly agree with you. It's good shit. I played the beta, and then I came back to season 7. But now with you want to see the funniest stuff today? So today I started playing Dying Light: The Beast. I'm a big Dying Light guy. I've enjoyed it immensely in my days. But look at this. Look at what happened. Look what happened. Look how funny this is. Load. I booted up the game. These guys would turn and look at me, T-pose, and then their heads would go thoop. Crack me up. So funny. And disturbing because they would still die. I cut this guy's arm and leg off. And then this is what they're supposed to look like, obviously. Just mulling about. But they went into turtle pose, and it's just the funniest shit. It was one of the funniest glitches I've ever seen. This is what those guys were supposed to look like. These guys turned to look at me, and then they just went thoop, which is really funny. Like, look at this. That's obscene. Anyway, the Beast is a very good iteration of Dying Light. Yeah, it's great. Anyway, so that's what's up there. Let's I had something else to say, but I couldn't remember what. Who is Voxel? I watched a video about Silksong. Gotta say, it's a really good take. I hope Team Cherry sees the feedback and maybe make more changes better. I appreciate that. I got some people in there that are being a little bit grumpy with me, but hopefully people remember that it's subjective and not personal. Thank you, Voodoo. Thank you. All right, let's listen to the finals. Dude, Thank you. But see, but okay, but in the context of this conversation, like, isn't it funny though that, like, all right, here we are. I was just bitching about Persona 5 and how it feels like it's trying too hard, right? Meanwhile, here's something that's a similar sound font, and I love it. And this is why subjectivity is such a pain in the ass, because it's like, well, ostensibly, if I didn't like one, why do I like the other? I don't know. Maybe I just hate the jazz organ, you know, like maybe it's the musical combination. I mean, there's so many things. And the crazy part about music, right, is the fact that in reality, everything is totally like, it's all individual. Like the combinations that composers choose to mix and match. It's so wild. Like, this could sound totally different by just doing 3 different things, or like choosing different instrumentation. Like the accidental beauty of music is crazy. You know what I mean? What a banger. That's great. Whoa!
We are the echo, true and free. The code recalls eternally. No more games, no masquerade. Vaya's lies.
Well, and the other thought I had too is that first of all, I love that it's playing into the 8-bit, 16-bit playful style of it. You know what I mean? It like knows what it is. It knows it knows it's like tongue in cheek almost. It's kind of like a wink to the gamers in the room who know, you know, a little inside musical joke, which is kind of neat. You know what I mean? And I think the other thing that's really interesting, it's kind of funny how we share our views on Nier, but not Persona 5. Yeah. Yeah, and I don't think like I don't think you know, people shouldn't like the concept of like disrespecting one's time. One of the comments in that video said that I disrespected my own time, which I was like, no, hold on now. I do that every day that I sit on the toilet for 45 minutes. That all men do that. We all disrespect our time in that way. That is the true definition of disrespecting one's time. You know, you catch up on the news and stuff. But when it comes to like playing a game, I think it's anything. Even Monster Hunter. There was a period of time where Monster Hunter felt like it was disrespecting my time. And I remember when I stopped Monster Hunter World and I closed the book and I uninstalled it was when I was fighting a Viper Tobikadachi and I was using the light bow gun and I fought that thing for 50 minutes and it left. And I used all my ammo. I could have gone and gotten more slicer ammo, sure. There's lots of things I could have done differently. But at the end of the day, like that was time that I didn't get back. And to me, the definition of wasting one's time is doing something that feels altogether useless or pointless. Not, I can improve that experience by doing something else. That's not what disrespecting my time is like. You know, an hour-long match of Battlefield could be considered disrespecting my time because it's too long. You know what I mean? Or a Dota match or a League match where you can't pause or something being too difficult or the run back. So it's interesting how, you know, disrespecting one's time is such a broad statement that I personally did feel applied to Silksong for me. But, you know, it's interesting how that's just such a, again, it's amazing. These little subjective things. It's very cool. It's very interesting. The porcelain throne, Olipop, and it's bro. Like I think shmups are kind of disrespectful of my time, or roguelikes. There's a lot of genres I don't enjoy playing because I don't like like Returnal. What a gorgeous game. Fuck that game. like that game, you die once, unless you get like a power up that lets you not die or whatever. You go all the way to the back. Hades 2. I mean, I know that people herald these, but that's why Hades is interesting, because they added a story around it. So even when you are dying, your time is being respected because the story is advancing, even if you're dying constantly. But like, let's say you played that for 200 hours and you never got to the end of the game. Now you may say to yourself, was it disrespected time if I played it for 200 hours because I enjoyed it? No. But if I didn't enjoy it, and I'm like, you motherfucker, I have to get to the end of the game. I have to get up Mount Tartarus or whatever the hell. I got to get out of here. And I just couldn't. Then yeah, I'd say the game is disrespectful of my time. But there are certain genres that do that better than others in certain games. I mean, look at MMOs. You know? Look at MMOs. MMOs are disrespectful of your time. They suck your time. They suck it. They suck it raw. You know what I mean? They suck your time dry. Whenever I make similar complaints, my husband just tells me to get good. Your husband's toxic. I want to have a word with him. If you're enjoying it, it's not a waste of time. I totally agree. Here we go again. Where are we going? We're not going anywhere. I'm just talking. I'm just talking. That's my cue to stop. Lock him, tie him up. He's gone off on an ADHD rant. I can say whatever I want now, bitches. I have ADHD. What's that? I can say anything. Gotchas suck your wallet and your time dry. 1,000,000%, which is actually why I had a pretty slow August. And so I think that's when my gotcha shift happened mentally, where I was like, uh-oh, this is not good, because like, if I don't make enough money, why would I also spend that money? And I also don't want to play these games every day. Uh-oh. I enjoy them. Like, I do love Wuthering Waves. Not right now, because I still don't really care about patch 2.6 almost at all, but I care enough to play it eventually. And it's like, I was like, ooh, I need to save money. Like, I need to actively save. Like, this is unacceptable. And so I just doubled down. I'm like, well, see you later, gotcha. The first thing to go. You know what I mean? To be fair, Hades makes you stronger with each upgrade. Yeah, oh yeah. Totally. And that's why they work. You know what I mean? Anyway. Is that how ADHD works? That's what I was told. I love Kirby, but my ex-friend told me I was wasting time playing baby games. The fuck? Anyway, let's keep listening to The Divide. Wait, are you going to judge me if I buy the Mario Galaxy ports? I feel like I'm perpetuating Nintendo's bad practice. But I also kind of want it. This is a conundrum. This is a gamer conundrum. Fat Merle? Wait. Is your name Fat Merle? Fat Merle. Oh. Here's the thing. $60 to, well, I think more than that actually. No, $80 separate. $60. $60 for 2 games, or maybe a gacha character. It's a hard pill to swallow. I just don't know how I want to waste my money. What's up, dude? $70, excuse me. Forgive me. I would take 2 games over a gacha character. They do judge you no matter what. No, we're not listening to Mario Galaxy, not yet. We'll have plenty of time for that. I'm actually really excited. That week is going to suck, though, because honestly, Digimon Time Stranger is one of my most excited, most looked forward to games of the year. like the nostalgia factor of Digimon might actually beat out Clear Obscure. It's possible. I'm not saying it's likely, but I'm saying it's possible. And Silent Hill F next week. Next week we gonna be shitting, boys and people, of course, not just boys. You didn't know I was a Digimon fan? Ooh. Oh yeah. I mean, okay. Now there's a fan, and then there's a fan, and I feel that I veer towards fan, not fan. You know what I mean? There's like fan. Oh no, we're cool. We're gonna play the shit out of Silent Hill F. Are you kidding? I'm so excited. I played Silent Hill 2 for the first time last year, and it was the worst experience of my life. But also tremendous, and I can't wait to play Silent Hill F. And then Cross World, of course. I'm gonna get yelled at by the Sonic community because I don't like the soundtrack so far. Yeah, I really enjoy Digimon. In fact, I just watched Digimon Adventure 1. I'm on I'm at the end of the Myotismon arc. And Digimon Adventure 2 actually is one of my favorite. And I want to play Silent Hill F because of the Umineko connection. So I wanted to like Cyber Sleuth, but God, those first 3 hours are miserable. Don't worry about it, Tenno. It's okay. We just try to be extra careful. Yeah. So I'm scared. And then Ghost of Yotei, you know. So anyway, let's keep going. I'm sorry. We got really distracted. That's fun. Damn, this is like so good. Nice. That's amazing. That's amazing. What a great track. Like, I don't have much to say about it, and I know we derailed there. I'm sorry, Pursuer. Like, what a great track. Like, it's just so much fun. It's energetic. It's vibrant. It's, it gets you to want to pop in and boot up another round. Like, it's such a kind of a joyful energy in it, right? But it's very energetic. It's very, there's a ton of beautiful momentum, obviously. Yeah. It's really cool. Is Dying Light the Beast on Unreal 5, by the way? Hold on. Dying Light the Beast UE5. Oh, it's UE5. Oh, no. No, it's not. It's Chrome. It's their... Okay, never mind. Because it runs really smoothly. All right. Yeah, I can't blame you. That's a great freaking track. I'll put that on my list. All right, wait. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6. We can finish that next week. All right, let's pop down to Ready or Not, Old North Eagle. We're going to listen to the main menu theme from Ready or Not. Should be very enthusiastic. Not at all depressing. Enjoy your lurk, no worries. Also, for what it's worth, I know everyone's working and stuff, but I appreciate you guys engaging and chatting. It does help the energy flow on my end, so it's great. Yes, we'll go on tangents, but I'd rather a really fun tangent than chilling. Nope, Colin sick. But no worries, honestly. Very subtle. Kids, it's either tomorrow or I may push it a couple days into the week because I think I need a weekend off as we sort of got like family stuff happening. So I may not be able to be in the right headspace tomorrow. I'll keep you posted. So we're halfway through the track, and this is when it starts to build, which is kind of cool. Again, it's not one of those like sexy tracks per se. Ooh, wow! Listen to the piano underneath. That's like actually terrifying. The lower piano, like hitting the notes at the very bottom. That's awesome. Wow. Huh. Again, so that's interesting because that is not a sexy track, and it's really, really interesting, isn't it? Because there's some subtle danger that falls into it with the lower piano, and there's a little bit of that. Some of that stuff is really in there, and it's really nice how we create a sense of tension through this kind of like slow moving, almost stagnant or stagnant stasis, kind of effect. It's dope. I really like. I mean, I like. Okay, how do I say? I like that track, but that's not a track that I'm gonna like. That would make me want to play the game more, versus, like putting that on a playlist. Oh my God, here you are again. Here you are again, Tom, with your A Plague Tale propaganda. When am I gonna play this, dude? When am I gonna play this? You and your propaganda. I know I'm gonna love it. I know it. Like, I know it in my bones. I'm gonna love it. When? October 3rd? Listen, I can't get married today. I need to go play a depressing French game with rats. I will say though, I'm much more intrigued to hear more of Olivier Deriviere's music, because I've been listening to Dying Light the Beast while playing, and it's impressive. Also, October 3rd is the day of Digimon Time Stranger. Do you realize the conundrum? And isn't October 2nd the day of Super Mario Galaxy? What the fuck? How am I going to stream all this shit? How am I going to play all this shit? And I have ADHD now, so I can even say that I don't even know if I'll finish any of these. Is this the right way to milk a mental disorder? I haven't really milked my OCD. How do I milk it? I need to figure out how to milk it. I was begging. I reached out to anybody I possibly could, begging them for a Ghost of Yote code 2 weeks in advance. Do you know what kind of freedom that would have given me? Now probably it's not even going to be able to finish it. Yeah, I got formally diagnosed. I took 3 quizzes. Patreon video game streams? Just commit to the entire Yakuza franchise as a power play? Fuck all these games. I'm going to play every Trials in the Sky game. Oh, it's a live recording? Yeah, I'll do floaty. I have inattentive ADHD. Hey, Yorn. I have inattentive ADHD, which is why I was able to mask it so much. Hey, Hardlight, what's up? So, yeah, I took 1 quiz just to verify, but it was like 30 questions. So then I was like, hold on. Let's do like a couple more just to be safe. And then I did 2 others. And we did 2 others, and I was like a 5 or a 6. It was like a in between out of 9. And I was like, fuck. It's like, okay. Add that to my list of mental disorders. I am neurodivergently spicy. Between that and the obsessive compulsive disorder that was destroying my life, ADHD is actually not as bad, thankfully. But it does explain why there are days where I don't feel like working. Like this morning I woke up, I thought that was just laziness or boredom or tiredness or whatever. Like this morning I woke up and I was like, fuck. Patreon live stream. I woke up at 3:30 today. Can I do this? I'm actually in great spirit right now. I'm in great energy because the chat gives me energy. If I was just sitting here by myself right now, I'd probably be falling asleep. It'd probably be like when I was playing Halo with Deersley. Falling asleep. Yeah, that's days I feel like working. That's but everything. I mean, I'm very passionate about my job, and I still, you know, get sleepy. I mean, a job's a job. I feel very lucky this is my job, but you know. Yeah. Yeah, I was texting people at 4 a.m. I was like, what's up? What's up? Hit me back. Thank you, Yorin. I appreciate that. Yeah, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I can't believe I'm officially 38. I am a 38-year-old in the world. Yesterday's Deltarune stream made me feel very old because I could have been some of those people's father. That was a fascinating thought. A fascinating thought. We're now officially 10 years apart. No, it makes sense. I talk to you often enough to know. All right, let's ooh, sheet music. I don't know what that is, Tycho. It's so sharp. It's like on the edge of the string. So you hear like the tension. Oh, his actually one of his strings broke. That's interesting. Because he's pressing into it too. I love the percussion hits too. It's all this bubbling tension, isn't it? Ooh. That actually kind of hurts almost. No, it won't. Tell him it won't be a song for this because this is the live. It's a live. It's cool. It's cool how you hear like da 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 da. So even though it's repeating over and over and over, the tension kind of ebbs and flows. Like, oh, that is a cimbalto and a lute. Oh my god, I'll never forget. A couple weeks ago, I did my like no Drukai Genshin video, and someone was like, "You don't even know the instruments. You're not a real musician." Guys, I don't know every instrument. I am not a musician. Shit's fucking funny. Shit's funny as shit. Yeah. Hi, Olivia. How are you? It does hurt a little bit. It's the microphone placement on that string. I love his playing though, because there's a veracity in it. You know, even though it's repetitive and kind of constantly moving on and on and on and on and on. It swarms and yeah, it sounds like the rats. Yeah. But it feels like choking in a way. It feels like an inability to breathe. It's slight out of tuneness, just ever so slight too. Just to showcase, just like especially in the upper register there, the higher the bow, or the lower the bow. Right? You see how it does feel like the rats are right. Yeah, it's cool. That's the kind of piece that you would sweat after playing, you know. Like that's nice. It's really fun. I mean, it's gorgeous. Gorgeous. I would like a little motif in there. But it doesn't matter. It's evocative for sure. What? Nobuo Uematsu, the last story is made up of the OG. Oh, this is the last story. Tobero Mono from oh, I've never heard of this. I know the Blue Dragon, and obviously Lost Odyssey. Okay. Okay. Jesus, that's so gorgeous.
stars, you kept me far away. 도배로 보나 도배로 나고 아프레루 나미가 힘에時の輪を遥か越え奇跡を届けたい
Wow.
すべて闇に飲まれて
That's such a nice line.
夢をなくして凍るでもあなたの胸に残る
Oh.
息を磨える
Key change. Okay, yeah, let's go.
そして永遠に来るまで願い叶う場所まで決して心見失わず飛び続け帰るFly to the stars far away.
Wow. You know, it's interesting because in a lot of ways, first of all, very fast 7 minutes. I don't feel that is as melodic or as easy listening as Suteki Dane or Melodies of Life or any of that stuff. Choral Chambers will come next week, Abdel, don't worry. Next week. So in that way, I feel like it doesn't falter because it would be. I mean, it's probably one of Uematsu's like most. Well, no, I don't want to say that. It's a very mature sounding piece, and I think it does away with the simplicity of the ballads that we get in Final Fantasy, because of that maturity. And I think that's great. I mean, I think like that's good. Like it'd be amazing if it was just a simple ballad. You'd be like, all right, cool, another ballad from Uematsu, great. You know, like we love that. But this one actually has like some expansion orchestrally, or the vocal line is a little bit more intimate or whatever. Like it's interesting. I really liked it. I thought it was really beautiful. The key shift into the kind of lift and push near the middle end really makes you feel like you're ascending and rising. It's great. Really lovely. Really lovely. Honkai Star Rail. Oh, Castoris. Honkai Star Rail. I think I may record this. Yeah, it was the song you requested. It was lovely. Thank you for that. Is that a K-pop Demon Hunters? Yes, it is. All right, let's check out Epitaph. Actually, Castoris is I know I said earlier, she's up. Isn't she the next banner? No, she's. I do like Honkai Star Rail. All right, let me just start recording. This might get weird on us. It might. If the stream gets weird, don't go anywhere. Just refresh. Let me see. What? You know, every time I preface it by saying it's gonna be weird, it never is. All right, hold on. Oh yeah, I should. Boop. Hey, thank you. Appreciate it. All right, let's check it out. Actually, Casterus is a character. I don't know. I don't know if Casterus is going to be worth the pull. These DPS characters in Honkai Star Rail are tricky. I don't always know if they're worth the pull. But I'm going to go ahead and pull her anyway because, well, she's got a giant dragon and she's pretty. Let's listen to Epitaph. Oh, there's visuals. It's cool how when the piano starts, it feels like, well, isn't Casterus some sort of a funeral like death almost? But anyway, I like how in the beginning it kind of feels boom bum bum boom 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 like for whom the bell tolls, but the bell is actually in the pianos and stuff. I don't know why there's subtitles right now, but at the same time, there's a real gentility in it. Hold on. This doesn't sound right. That sounds... Hold on. That sounds weird. That sounds like it's... That sounds like it was, Here we go. Oh, wow, that is how it sounds. I thought that was sounding that way because of like an audio distortion or something. So that's interesting. So Casterus in this case, like there's like a twistedness in that sound. There's a it's devoid of light. It's almost like a black hole. Wow. Gregorian chant? That soprano was muted. Oh my god. See, And that's glory, light, brightness. And then it sparkles of joy at the top. Really nice doubling with the piano and the violin. Upper register violin has a sort of innocence to it. Ooh. Yeah. I gotta be honest, I really think that Honkai Star Rail has really found its footing. To be honest, I know that there are things about it that are easy to complain about. You know, a lack of like a skip button, or the kind of verbose and overly verbose poetic writing. But I actually, in some ways, think that Honkai Star Rail has found its footing. In some ways, it's landed really well compared to, say, ZZZ or Genshin, in my opinion. Like, it feels like Honkai Star Rail just very clearly knows what it's doing. There's, well, to be fair, there was a bunch of drama with Castris to begin with, but again, this is like silly because musically, I think that Honkai Star Rail has really shifted in the way that it approaches things, and this is not the first time that I'm hearing it, and I think it's really mainly with Amphorius, where there's this synthetic mixed with very organic sound. I heard this also with Finon, where you have this, you still get the characterization of a character who is like, based on the limited information I know about death, and she touches people and they die. So it's funny because that happens to me too. There's something really intimate about her, like being connected to some sort of like religiousness or some sort of religiosity, where she wants to be free of the burden of this curse that she carries with her, and her. She has it's interesting because the violin represents a kind of idealism that we hear in this character. We hear this like genuine quality of gentleness. And there is this blend of sci-fi mixed with anime, mixed in with, sort of touches of, as we see with Amphorius, or Penacony, this sort of jazz with the 20s vibe, or this, Greco-Roman style mixed in with cybernetic EDM techno kind of essence to it. And I think that just works incredibly well. And Castris has such a grace about her, and you hear that throughout the music. And I think the upper soprano, blah, blah, and then the Gregorian chant comes in, and you suddenly get like, oh wow, like this is it's almost like that's the funeral march, or that's like the funeral pyre. And that could also be like the beginning with the piano. Like there's this sense of like, how do I shed this skin and start over? And I will say, like, yeah, I think Honkai Star Rail is a very, very, very well-made, polished game that I do think is I think worth playing. And musically, I find it pretty intriguing. I would say more so intriguing now than I did when it came out, which when I didn't really feel like it was a very, like, I still think Wildfire is kind of silly. And don't get me wrong, I mean, in context, Wildfire worked really well, but like, even Epitaph here out of context, it works really well. It's a really enjoyable piece of music to listen to. There's like tons of twists and turns. I mean, the beginning with that muffled sort of, that might be death itself. And then as we fast forward, the Gregorian chant really kind of ushers us into like, God, I hate that I have to live this way, so on and so forth. And then she dances with two parts of herself in here. Which is really cool, and I'm gonna pull her here pretty soon, I think, because she seems just like a really fun character. I know there was a ton of silly drama about her on Twitter, but when is there not silly drama about anything related to any gacha game on Twitter? I've come to not take any of it seriously because it's so silly. But yeah, no, musically, I thought that this was really enjoyable to listen to. I loved the elegance of the string, especially. And then this back half, which is actually the most replayed. Like, this is so like effervescent and hopeful, and this is the truest essence of Castris, And it helps because you have the piano going, and that's like the brilliant, the butterflies on her dress, or the brilliant sparks of a flame or what have you. And then, her coupled with the piano, it's like the duality. So maybe the dragon and her are aligned. The piano. I mean, it's especially in the upper register. There's just a lot of elegance in that, and it's delightful. I mean, wow, yeah, that's really impressive. It's always funny when people tell me that the reason why gacha games have really good music is because the composers are told to make it as beautiful as possible, to make as much money as possible, because they're commercials for the characters. And on the one hand, I think like, yeah, okay, fine. Yeah, I guess they are commercials for characters. But I don't feel that no composer worth their salt is sitting down thinking about how to make a piece of music to make the most amount of money or profit. But that would also go for any game. I mean, I don't think it's fair to say it. Listen, I'm fully anti gacha systems and the way that they function. I don't like them. I've with a year plus experience, more actually with experiencing gacha games of all kinds. But I would say it's crazy to think that like any composer in any game, that's why you don't hear bad music. People sometimes will be like, well, you don't critique enough. And it's like, well, what's there to critique? All of it's good. No one writes bad music. They don't get hired. You know what I mean? It's sort of a funny conundrum with video game music, where all of it's enjoyable. It's just a question of whether or not subjectively it's interesting to you. And no composer, and at this point I know several composers that compose for a variety of gacha games, or really other mainstays. None of them are like, how do I make the most amount of money? How do I make this company the most amount of money? So yeah, this is a prime example of why I think gacha games are worth talking about, because the music is genuinely interesting. And that's why I talk about them. Yeah, I thought that was really interesting. The art in these games can be pretty impressive for sure, but I think it wouldn't be surprising in the least why gacha games are controversial. Yes, but no, I'm not talking about why gacha games are controversial, because I agree with you. They're not even controversial. They are doo-doo. They are doo-doo in their monetization model is doo-doo. I mean, do I use it? Yes. Is that good? No. And in fact, I slowed down because I'm trying to save my money. But the reason why things are controversial on Twitter is because people are trying to get clicks, and it's a vessel for impressions. Nothing on Twitter should ever be taken seriously, because everything on Twitter is an overreaction. Everything is there to get something out, and the methodology around the platform is to just shout an opinion as loud as possible. Yeah, it's very interesting to me. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. It's an interesting thing about monetization, because it's like, I love Guild Wars 2. I've spent a ton of money in Guild Wars 2. Because why? I like supporting ANET. I really like the cosmetics in Guild Wars 2. The finals. I spent $20 on the final. I'm not a type of person that has a problem with monetization. I might be wrong with what's wrong with gaming. And that's okay. I accept that. But that being said, like, there are people that view anything related to any kind of purchase in games as predatory, or, Guild Wars 2 has pay for convenience stuff. Not ideal. Do I want to buy new inventory slots for every alt character I make? No, of course I don't. Is it convenient, so I pay for it? Yes, and I go about my way. But I mean, it's I think gacha is an extreme form of monetization that should be regulated, and really paid attention to. I don't think the monetization model should exist, and I'm hoping games like Duet Night Abyss change the face of it a bit, which is why I'm actively trying to engage with as much Duet Night Abyss content as possible in the next whenever it comes out. Because it's like, here's a game, Warframe's the same thing. Warframe, you get platinum. If you drop $140, you get a character, a prime character, multiple prime weapons, premium currency, and you get a bunch of other stuff that also helps fuel, because otherwise the game is free. But cosmetics and monetization is how they keep the lights on. I don't know, So, yeah. Well, that's the other thing is that Guild Wars, and I talk about this in my video essay that I filmed this week. They don't have monthly subscriptions. So, like, how else are they supposed to make their money? You know? I do think you can enjoy things while recognizing their flaws. I think that's true. I really enjoyed that track, so thank you for featuring it. Ba. Oh, Dice Gambit. Okay. Holy shit, Ivy. I don't know what's happening to me. Both of these games are games I know. That's why. Wait. Do I know Evo? Wait. What is this? I don't know this game. Evotinction? What the fuck is that, Ivy? Oops, sorry.
Today we said.
Yeah. Oh, this is that. This is that sci-fi. Evotinction is that sci-fi Metal Gear that did not seemingly do well. This game only has 162 reviews. Do I plan on continuing Silksong? No, not for now. I'm done with Silksong. I do know Dice Gambit, and that's what we're going to be listening to. Thanks, Kremen. Dice Gambit, chill lo-fi beat. Wait, I actually know the composer of this. Oh, no, I don't. Wait, I'm sorry. This is Dice Gambit. You know, I got to tell you the truth. This is a weird-ass name for a game that does not involve dice. I'm pretty sure this game doesn't even involve dice. Well, anyway, it's a turn-based game. Fantastic soundtrack. You shared this with me, Ivy. Ah, yes. It's a turn-based roguelike. Such a good track. This whole soundtrack is so wild and so unique. Such a unique soundtrack. So good. Hang on, I think my friend... All right. It does have some Tristram vibes, doesn't it? All right. Alien. Ooh, some Austin Winnery. Aliens Fireteam Elite Extract. It was great hearing your thoughts on my previous Aliens Fireteam suggestion. I hope you're ready for a trend for over the next 8 to 12 months, featuring all of my favorite pieces from the game. Hell yeah. Oh, I thought it was muted. It's not. It's just... Here, follow along. Except my head is in it. It's cool how the horns take over here. Didgeridoo. That's cool. You like how beat-em, boom, bum, bim, bum, bum. That's how you create the tension. So we go a little bit higher, and this is all running music. It's all being chased. Well, we're doing some version of music theory, Dan, but nothing too crazy. And then here it's kind of interesting because you have the string FX dunk 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 dunk. So this is still in rhythm, right? Dunk 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 dunk. Well, this is going dunk 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 dunk. And now notice here too, which is cool. Hold on. See, here we get hits. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. And so what you have is essentially, if this is a chord, well, this is it's in, I think it's in 3, 4. Is it 3 4? Yeah. So what you end up getting here is actually like a everything kind of splits off. So you get quarter, eighth, 16th. So it you know, dum da dum da 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 da. So it's cool because it basically just like builds on itself fundamentally from a subdivided level, which is really fun. And people say I don't know music. It's cool how the snare drum just pops in occasionally. I love the hit there too. That's how you hear that like sort of machine gun explosive hit. Brda, 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 you know? Yeah, there's some dead space for sure. I mean, it's a space, yeah. But you see how essentially there's not a melody in sight. The whole thing is just rhythmic. Bum ba 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 brrrr, you know? It's all rhythm. It's all rhythm the whole time. It's just rhythm. Rhythm, rhythm, rhythm. Hey-o. See, and the reason why this is effective is because, can you see this? Yes. So what's cool about this little corner is it's on the offbeat. Boom, bam, boom, bam. Boom, bam, and then this one's on the main beat, the 1. So it's 1 and 2 and 3, 1 1 and 2 3. So the emphasis changes bum. This is in 3/4. So bum, boom, boom, bum, bum, boom, boom, boom. 1, 2, 3, 1, bum, bum, boom. It's very akin to something like The Rite of Spring. Bum, boom, 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 bum, boom, bum, boom, 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 bum, right. So it's pretty cool how offbeats can create a real sense of tension and stress when they're not on the main beat, you know? Man, I really miss this. This is not the first time I've talked about this, but I really love actually having sheet music in front of me. And I have to say, one of the worst parts about video games is the fact that a lot of things are not annotated. A lot of things are done on a computer, which is fine. I mean, I'm sure that Austin, originally created it on a computer and then gave the stems to the orchestra and stuff. But like when you get a real orchestra and you get actual sheet music, what's really nice is that you can actually see what the instruments are doing. You know, you can see a crazy chord like this one and kind of explore like, okay, what does that sound like versus what does it look like, and how this stuff all kind of works together is so beautiful. And it's probably one of the biggest detriments of my channel is my inability to and lack of desire to annotate things. 8-bit music theory does it, and it's really, I think, a really good way to showcase visually things that we're talking about. There are so many things, crescendos and whatever that like that I really don't get to fully adequately talk about because I simply don't have the capacity to reproduce it on my own. See, now it's all rhythm. Log drum, that's cool. See how effective that is? The custom brass effects. Ba-da-dum, ba-da-dum, ba-da-dum. It's cool. And then listen to how that. It's crazy how that stuff creates tension. Boom. See, and again, having two cellos do this in unison movement, with the snare going bum, 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 and 7/8, while these guys are in, well, it's alternating between 3/4 and 7/8, but. So the alternating rhythm between 3/4, 2/4, 7/8, this is where we get off kilter as we're being chased and trying to extract, right? Descending down scale. Da do do da 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 da. See how twisty that is? And then we had Kristen Negus coming in there. A little bit of relief as we finally extract from the ship. And that's really the coolest thing to me. And what a neat little track is the fact that we can we can deduce a lot of the musical tension by what's written on the page. And yeah, it's gorgeous. It's beautiful stuff. I think Austin is such a terrific composer, and we were supposed to do an interview, but I got sidetracked. Yeah, just really, really, really good stuff. Really good stuff. All right, Super Mario RPG Maker. Goodbye, Gino. This piece captures the essence of what a goodbye really is. Bittersweet, somewhat somber, and most of all memorable. Goodbyes can be incredibly sad, but it's all about the journey. All the end to the end. Bonus challenge, name the composer before the song. Isn't it Yoko Shimomura anyway? Holy Oregon. That's what they said. Oh, that's cute. Ba-dum-bum-bum. Oh my god. Oh, that's so beautiful. I love the twinkling, and then the sweet little clarinet there is so gentle and inviting. Is that it? Oh, I was about to say, what the fuck? This is lovely. It's definitely Yoko Shimomura. That's so beautiful, dude. Oh my god, that feels like such a journey of I don't fucking know, man. It just rocks. Like I don't want to feel like I have to say something about that because I just enjoyed it so much. Like it was so gentle, and so inviting and playful and that makes saying goodbye kind of easy. because it's so like, we'll miss you, friend. You know what I mean? It's like so pretty. Stone Cold from Crypt of the Necro Dancer. I was inspired after seeing a video of your reaction to Iron Mouse's new song. So here's a piece from Necro Dancer that in its melody is close to something operatic, since you've said eventually listening to you have said you'd eventually listen to the whole soundtrack. I figure there won't be much need for these suggestions, and I'll switch up to something else. So this should be a good last one. Okay. The whole soundtrack is something else? Really? Is it really like that the whole way through? You know, I have this on the Switch. After Clair Obscur, I was in like a desperate search for JRPGs that would match I ended up landing on Yakuza Like a Dragon, and well, Honkai Star Up for a different reason, but Super Mario RPG I bought because I heard it was super good. So is it as good as that musically? It is good? Really? Because, I mean, I got a weekend free to just hang out. I might have to download that. Yeah, unfortunately, Bravely Default did not scratch that itch. I found it a little tedious, personally. The Bravely Default system is not... Plus, the story felt really shallow. But maybe they're all shallow, and I just like some of them more than others. You know what I mean? Like, maybe they're all kind of... Was it a Garth who was like... Don't you get tired of fighting God? I was like, no, I love fighting God. What do you mean? Don't you get tired of fighting God? Yeah, but I heard Super Mario RPG is really good. And now that's baby making music right there. Sorry I said that out loud. I was thinking it. Should have just kept it inside. You're welcome. I'm just clip farming. Jesus Christ. Here's the thing. How do people not like that? Like, how do people not like that? Like, that is so obscene. It's borders on awful, but it's like super good. Like, it's a delight. It's a delight. It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. It is crazy. Jesus! Yeah, there will be. I don't know how to feel about that, Bam. That is absolutely mental. That is It's like both incredibly amazing and incredibly jarring to the ear at the same time. I don't know how to feel about it. It's like great, but it also hurts my spirit slightly. Like it's awesome. It's such an awesome piece of music. Like it's just crazy that someone was like, let me do this. But then yeah. I don't know. All right. We're going to save the rest for next Friday. I know that we've been doing this thing where we don't have Friday streams, but on the last week of the month, but we will. I wanted to just talk a little bit about, I may actually not get off right away, but also play a game now, if that's cool. I'm not sure though. So just a heads up, this is a big announcement. So next Friday, the 26th is Patreon live stream, as always. The subsequent Friday, I won't be here because something's happening that day. Like a life-changing thing. That won't change too much, but it's a life changer. It's a big one. Hopefully you only do it once, So I'm doing that thing on the 3rd of October. And that is playing Digimon Time Stranger. So I won't be here that day because, that's a big deal. So I'm trying to figure out what the best course of action is for those of us that come to these streams to hang out. So we'll definitely do the 26th. You thought it was going to be Plague Tale? Someone even was suggesting I was getting married, which is absurd. I would never get married. That would never happen. But so we will have the stream next Friday, the 26th. But then I think what we'll probably do is I'll try to grab. I don't want to get behind, so I think I may do a stream Wednesday, October 1st, for that week's Patreon stream, so that then I'll see everybody on the 10th as normal. Funny enough, our Halloween stream will actually be the 31st. So definitely, I think for October, let's go ahead and we can get that list maybe even. No, let's wait. Well, actually, yeah. You know what? We should start that list today, or at least open it today, because then that gives everybody basically 2 weeks to kind of get their stuff in. We'll finish up, because then we'll do the stream on October 1st. So, right, and then the 31st is the last Friday in October. Man, it's already October. What the fuck? Almost. So October, we'll do Halloween on Halloween. And then, my God, we'll be into November, and then it'll be Christmas time already. And then another year goes by, and then 4 years of Marco Meatball on what day? February 13th, isn't it? Let's just do it all in one go. I don't think I have the capacity to do 2 streams for Halloween. Plus, I want to do a community stream. Yeah. And then, yeah, let's do it that way. Yeah. See you, Nuclears. So otherwise, I kind of want to. Oh yes, still got to do the. Yes, you're right. The. Are we doing normal streams for normal Patreon? Yes. Yes, normal streams, but have those be spooky music, if possible. Well, you can just go back and watch it. Let's do all October suggestions be Halloween themed. Is Plague Tale Innocence, is that the first one? Shut the fuck. How long is it to beat? Plague Tale. 15 to 8 hours with no filler. 17 hours. 19 hours. Do you think it would be okay to... Hey, Viden. Oh, Viden. Red Car. Both of you are super Trails fans. I'm halfway through FC. Let me see. I'm like halfway through SC. So, is it worth it? Well, see, I don't want to go back to an old style of game with SC if... now that they've done FC. So like, is it, to me, it feels like I should just kind of finish up what I'm doing with let me see, Trails in the Sky. Yeah, I have about 30 hours and I'm in chapter 3. Right, exactly. And I don't feel like waiting another 2 years to, like, I do, you know what? Actually, can we just, yeah, exactly. Well, no, exactly. So I'm kind of tempted to not. First of all, I wanted to talk about Trails. No, it holds up fine. It's just some of it, the second one will be significant. Oh, okay. Trails in the Sky. What's the name of the fight? Determination. The fuck? That's not Strepitoso. Shit, I'm spoiling myself for the battle theme. Oh, it's Sophisticated Fight. That's the one. Okay, so Sophisticated Fight. And then Trails in the Sky. Sophisticated Fight. Remake. Alright, so I want to talk about remixes. Do I have the mental energy to film a whole video about remixes right now? No. That 3 a.m. wake up is messing me up. Because I also accidentally did Thunder Force yesterday. And then I listened to it. Yeah. No, I also have thoughts on the I actually love the remake. But I've listened to. But I think I need to do this in a separate video, and I think I need to film it another day because I don't think I have the brain. Well, I'm gonna buy the remake just to support Falcom because I think it's like really good that they have clearly invested a lot of time into it. I was really surprised by surprised by Sophisticated Fight. I think I'm like a bad remix fan. I don't think I like remixes. Thank you. Thank you. Like, this feels a little extra. Like, also, like, comparing and contrasting two good things is really difficult because they're both good. This one's a little bit more muffled. Like, a little extra reverb. Some of them. Guide You Home should, Ghislaine, Guide You Home should be on the channel. I'm not sure. It should be, I think. Oh, you know what? It might be unlisted. I actually like the purity of the original. Also, the bouncing quality in the original is also really cool, too. Hey, Bran, what's up? Thanks for the raid, dude. What's going on? What's up, you guys? What you doing? You're playing Wuthering Waves? Uh-oh. I need to do that. I need to play Wuthering Waves 2.6. I keep forgetting. Hi, guys. Yeah. This one's a little noisy. But you could also say this one's a little boring. What's up, you guys? You know, but both of them are amazing. What's up, you guys? Yeah, no, they're both really good. I feel like it's just like pulling teeth at that point. Like, it's all the same shit. It's like a shockingly good battle theme, though. I think that was the thing that really caught me off guard with Trails in the Sky. What's up, you guys? Nothing. I'm just listening to music right now. But like, check this out. This was from the other day. I listened to this on my shmup video. So this is I accidentally listened to the cover, but this is the original Thunder Force 4. So this is the original on the Sega Genesis. Shit is wild. 16-bit cartridge. Listen to that. It's like a motor running. It's like so good, right? Bow, 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 bow. I don't know if you're wearing headphones right now, but the way that it goes is so satisfying, right? But then check out the remix. Listen to this craziness. Hold on, where is it? Dude, it's amazing. And it's expanded too. This is dope. This big shift right here is freaking. And it takes it, just runs with it. Shmups are really underrated, but This is an example of like, this to me is an example of like taking something, because I mean, like, this is really sick, right? Like, this is dope. Like, no one's gonna deny this intro for Thunder Force on the Genesis, 16-bit cartridge, mind you. Like it's crazy, right? Like, do the doom, and it's got this real like do the doom. It's so good. Right, but like to then take that and then go into this. Right? Like, that's sick. That's Thunder Force 4, Lightning Strikes Again, Metal Squad, right? But I guess while we're on the topic of remakes or remasters, it's kind of interesting to like when we go to something like Silent Hill 2 Laura's theme, right? Like okay, so we have the original and then we have the remake. So let's compare and contrast. Again, at the end of the day, like, I think both sound good, and we're gonna do this for Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, and we'll do it actually for Cross Worlds for Sonic, because I have many thoughts on that that I need to just get out, because I just have to express myself. What is the difference between a remix and a remaster? It's kind of the same, I think. So here's Theme of Laura from the OG Silent Hill. Like a super slow build up. Feels kind of I'll tell you what though, theme of Laura's theme, Silent Hill 2's OST in general, this was one that context made infinitely more interesting to me. With context, this was a monumentally important piece of music that now when I listen to it, I always sit with. The rock aesthetic really fits, really makes sense. It's like, it like, to me, because exactly, if you've never played a Silent Hill 2's music and this style makes zero like sense, right? Like kind of prog rock. It doesn't really, not prog rock, excuse me, rock. It doesn't really work because your brain's like, Silent Hill, it's scary. It's, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, it's from Silent Hill 2. But yeah. I mean, it's like such a good song. All right, so that's the original, right? That's the original. And then here's the remake. Same composer. See how it's interesting. You can hear how right off the bat it's already pared back slightly. That's so fascinating, isn't it? What is that? It's like less. Well, certainly the new version is cleaner. It feels like we're using less strings. I mean, it's like, it's very similar, right? Like, I also love that guitar motif, by the way. It feels, Laura in this game is such a pure, probably the purest source in the game. Like it's actually shocking how pure and childlike. I don't want to spoil it for anybody, but like there's an innocence in that sound and kind of sad as well. You know what I mean? But like I want to just. So I don't want to cherry pick, but it's kind of like there's the similarity is so present. Let me just fast forward to like about the middle of the piece. Yeah, like that's dope. And it feels like it has an improvisatory nature to it. Now let's go to the same area. See, this one uses a violin. So it's interesting. This creates a different emotional landscape compared to the original, to the remake, which has a more improvised guitar. And so the question becomes like, well, if it's the same composer at this point, it's just a reinterpretation of something. It's interesting how neither of them is better per se, because they're coming from the same source. So they're not remixed by other people. They're remixed by the same person. It's interesting how, like, I think it's kind of like when we revisit songs, when we revisit things, we change as people. So therefore, what also changes is the impetus or the thought process behind a piece. So like the reason why we choose riffs, or the reason why we choose to not do the violin or whatever, is because we feel the urge more with the guitar as we get, maybe as we're older. You know what I mean? Like it's a really interesting thing. Whereas I feel like something. All right, so let's check out. I was listening to the Dead Cells Castlevania stuff the other day, and I heard Rogue Prince. No, is that what it's called? Wait, no, sorry, that Rogue Prince. No, it's called Bloody Prince. Bloody what? Bloody Tears. That's what it is. Bloody Tears. So this is the original Bloody Tears, right? So, I mean, obviously it's going to be massively different in a modern soundscape, right? So that's Bloody Tears Day theme from Castlevania 2, right, on Nintendo. You know, we're going all the way back. So it's interesting how even that by itself, terrific melody, right? Because we have to use melody, limited options, really nice supported bass. We still get like tons of fun tension in that. It's really cool. But now here's the Vampire Survivors version, which I just heard the other day, thanks to one of my mods. Listen to how dope this is. This is by Daniele Zandara. So it retains the core of it, but it fills it out. It's got like a heavy, like, So we still get the inclination of it. So it keeps the 8-bit. But it fills up around it, which is really nice. Throw in the organ. And then it fills up with the strings too, so we get a sort of a recap of it with orchestral oomph, right? And we get a key change, kind of go off on our own land here. It's really cool. So we retain the source, but expand slightly. We get a chorus, whatever. Double bass. And we're just kind of improvising at this point, right? So it's cool because we take bloody tears, which is literally like, you know what? So that was a 4-minute and 28-second piece. So that we take bloody tears from the OG, which was, where is it? It's a minute. It's a minute lick, right? Right. But I also think it speaks to like the inherent the inherent quality of Castlevania's melodic writing. Okay, so now let's take okay. So I don't think a lot of this OST is fully out yet. I have a lot of feelings on Sonic Crossworld's OST. I think let's see. So this is Apotos, the first lap. Okay, so I'm really partial to Apotos here. So let's take a peek at this. So Apotos is from Sonic Unleashed, and it's one of my favorite soundtracks. I love Sonic Unleashed soundtrack. I also love Sonic Lost World, which is crazy. I want to make a video about why one of the best soundtracks is in one of the worst games, but that's a separate discussion for a separate day. So Apotos. Listen to the original. Oh my god. Inject it into my veins. I listen to this in the car all the time. Oh, it's such like a sunshiny, breezy day. It's like sipping a mojito and shit. It's like so chill. Now, and I'm not against reinterpretations. Like this is how we keep music alive, is we play with it. We play with music. We play with it. We Here's from Sonic Crossworlds. Now, obviously, we got a cybernetic sound because of the context. Sure. Wait, whoa. That's Portos. Wait, that's Windmill Isle. I just wanted an excuse to play Portos. My bad. So here's Windmill Isle from Sonic Unleashed. Same game. Really, a lot of the points stand. Big time. Big time D&B, yeah. Drum and bass, big time. Oh, Sonic, it makes sense, right? right? Great stuff. We get a counter melody that someone yelled at me and told me was not a real thing. Yes, it is. Listen to the accordion pop up back there. Because in this case it's the part on the left ear. It's the left hand. That's the thing that's moving us. That's the bass. That's not that's the rhythm, right? There's a two melody structure happening in the between the violin and the accordion, right? So you have the bass and you have the guitar. Now we come together, and then the accordion takes over. Anyway, that's a separate analysis for Windmill Isle. I love Windmill Isle. I love Sonic Unleashed music. But so here's the first lap of Apoto's Sonic Racing Cross Worlds. So there's your melodic core. I don't mind the bass. I don't mind all this other stuff. Get a little flute recap up top. It's getting a little bit funky, a little bit experimental. Switching up the meter a little bit. At least with this. And that's where it loses me. Because what it does is it strips away. So this is an instance where I think it's made well. It's produced well. But what ends up happening is we delete and remove and pull apart all the parts of it, because this is, I think, a specific style of like composing that's like, you know, I think it's, honestly I don't know. But we kind of disassemble the song. I don't mind this little tongue-in-cheek game sound, you know. And then we kind of come back in. Then we go into samba now. A bit of like tango kind of. Now, to be fair, Sonic Racing Cross Worlds is a racing game, so we're not going to have the same energy that we would if we were listening to Windmill Isle, which is a very standard Sonic, pleasant track while we're, you know, going back and forth, right? So it's interesting. It's interesting how we, in a different setting and taking it and ripping it apart and kind of reassembling it into something new, you know, this is why remixes and remasters of tracks are interesting, because it's like, well, you know, what am I going to do? I'm not going to complain about it, but it kind of loses a little bit of the sparkle of the original. Now, an example that I talked about recently, but ended up pivoting because it was a bit too much of a micro lens for a video, was actually the soundtrack from Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, Calm, or it's called On Our Way. And so here's the original. Here's the original. fine. I mean, fine. It's lovely, right? It's like very elegant. Just the flute, then the strings come in, and then there's like a B section, ostinato. Essentially, kind of basic, but it has like a sense of like, again, tranquility and peace in it. Now here's the remake version. That's not right. Hold on. Sorry. There it is. And I think I'm harsh on Final Fantasy VII remake rebirth. I do think that they're well-made games. I do think that they're games made with a lot of love. I do think that there's clearly like a desire to tell a story. Now, I don't really vibe with that story per se. Like that's not a story that I am enjoying or enjoy. I don't need to know like without this is going to sound reductive. In when we expand on the lore of these characters, it kind of feels like I don't need to know what Cloud ate for dinner, you know, and I don't need to know what some of the complexity of what they were thinking while doing this, that, or the other. And I think that's why I sort of find myself leaning towards the original in most cases. You know, I have listened to this soundtrack many, many times from top to bottom, just because I've tried to understand why so much of it is it feels at times that there's such a wide selection of genres and styles that it feels a bit disjointed, even though everything's really well produced and really well made. And in my opinion, I do think that this particular version of Calm, both of them actually in this case, stand on their own for their own merit. And I think that's really the way to discuss Final Fantasy VII Rebirth and Remake. I think both can exist. I think you either really enjoy what the original provided or you really like what the new story's direction is going in and what the new game's direction is. Personally, I'm not a big fan of that. I don't need that in my life. Like I'm fine. You know, and if they did that with any Final Fantasy, I'm not really, I mean, I love Final Fantasy VII, but Final Fantasy IX is where it's at for me. And frankly, I don't need to know what Zidane or Garnet were talking about in whatever scene, or like, you know, what was going on when Vivi was in, you know, the village, of Dahlia. Like, I don't need to know what happened to him. Like, yes, he got kidnapped. I can use my imagination. So I'm not really a big fan of expanding things just to like tell a more complex story personally. But that being said, you know, I think in this case, both of these are really interesting because the remake really fills out nicely. I really love the instrument choices, especially the woodwinds, of using, you know, the clarinet, which has a very homey, charming sound compared to the sort of minimalism of the ostinato and the piano and the flute that we get in the original. You know, yeah, knowing that I'm not a big fan of that, I still think that the soundtrack does have merit. But I don't necessarily like actively seek it out, and I would much rather listen to the OG MIDI files personally. But it's an instance where here we have two things that also can coexist and sound great together and separate at the same time. Yeah, so different opinion detected, therefore opinion rejected. Hey Jurg, is it too late to suggest a song? No, it's not too late. It would just be on next week's stream. And then the last thing I wanted to compare and contrast was actually a Fire Emblem track. So the other day we listened to a track from Fire Emblem Three Hopes, and it was the Inferno mix of the main theme. And I just wanted to, oh god, I spelled that wrong. So here's the original main theme. That's not right. Is that right? Is it? No, that's... Wait, what? I'm all confused now. Oh, yeah, no, it is right. Okay, so here's the original. You know, you get the chant and stuff. It's actually great. Really good. Yeah, I would, Bobo. I love the chant. I think the depth and the seriousness in this is really cool. Feels dangerous, but it feels like, you know, it's cool because this feels like a progressive danger rather than like in your face, right? I love the piano tension in the lower register. As the chords change here with this motif of passion. Into the dawn. Oh, I wish I could stay.
Here in cherished hall, in peace
Random techno.
days, I fear the edge of dawn, knowing time betrays.
This is it's lovely, right? It's lovely. It's so unique in its own way. Dragon Guard 3, Astra. I've listened to a couple of Dragon Guard 3 tracks. The ending, Kuroi Uta, Black Song, White Song. Wait, Black. That's Kuroi Uta. And the final one. And then here's the Fire Emblem Warriors 3 Hopes track. So much more emphasis and power and fear and danger, and of course the drums. Yeah, it's definitely got like a Dynasty Warriors vibe to it, of course. No doubt about it. But then also, this is actually like, it's so galvanizing, you know? So it's just fun, you know what I mean? Wait, hold on. Yeah, I thought so. So we lose a little bit of the chorus, and definitely we lose the vocals. And it's not to say that the other one is any less. It's just a totally different like genre and point. And I think it's cool how we can take music, remaster, remix it, pivot it, and put it in a different context, boost it up, dial up the electricity with guitar and all that sort of heavy metal / rock elements to it, and make it interesting for that specific scenario. And that's one of the cool things I think about music in general, and opera or video game music actually, is that we can mix and match, and sometimes a motif will come back at the end of an opera that has a different meaning than it did at the beginning, much in the same way we can take a piece of music and the music itself can become a motif in a different piece of media related to the original. And I think it's so cool. But yeah, I just wanted to just grab a couple remastered remake tracks and kind of talk about them, because I think it's been on my mind, and remakes and remasters are really a fascinating thing, because which one's better, which one's worse? I like this one, I like this one. And it's well, they kind of, like anything, it's all subjective, and ultimately it just comes down to I don't know, like individual preference. Are you an originalist who really only likes the way that it is in the original and have a hard time pivoting to a new idea? Are you open to new ideas? These are things that are so uniquely individual to all of us that there's really no right or wrong. And as much as the internet would like to tell you that your opinion is wrong, and that there's only one way to perceive this, that, or the other, the fact of the matter is that especially when it comes to music, it is subjective. You may find something incredibly rich and deep, and someone else will find it incredibly boring and shallow. That is unfortunately the reality of subjective opinion, and I find it endlessly interesting that music lives in this nebulous nuance land, and people want to shove the nuance out of it, and you simply can't, because we also are lucky because music exists in this vacuum where we can put it on a CD or open YouTube and find a playlist for everything. But 100 years ago, you went to the symphony hall or the concert hall and it was gone. And they had records obviously at that point even then. But what I'm saying is that it's such an interesting thing to be in a digital space, because back in the day, it was the music lifted up above the rafters, and that's all you got. You got your 5 minutes, and then it was done, and it just lived in your brain until you saw it the next night or until the show was over. And then guess what? You wouldn't hear it again until whenever else. So it's amazing that we have this ability to become hyper-focused and obsessive over pieces of music and attach our identity to some of them and really connect to them as the end-all be-alls. But then a remix comes out and it's wait, that's not what I remember. And then it takes a bit of time to loosen up the shackles of the previous experience. And that goes for me too. A prime example being Final Fantasy VII and Rebirth, because I don't really like Rebirth. I don't really like anything about it. I think it's not a very enjoyable game experience. Do I think it's well crafted? Do I think it's well made? Absolutely. Do I think that I like the original MIDI sound better and One Winged Angel as the pure version of it without all the, sort of extensions? Yes. But does that mean that that's bad? No, not at all. And I will continue to try to fight for the nuanced discussion, especially when it comes to music, because there's so much subjectivity to it. So, yeah. Oops, I should have recorded that, but instead it will be part of the live. Man, for sleeping at 3 a.m, I'm kind of awake. Do I want to keep going? You like the Black Mages version? You disagree? Well, disagree. Disagree vehemently. I want you to. Hey, Callie, the birthday was good. We got pho. I relaxed. It was very low key. I just got here, so yes, please continue. Okay, we'll do. Why don't we analyze some Silk Song? Oh, pho is so good. Let's analyze some Silk Song, shall we? I have a couple Silk Song videos I want to make. Let's do choral chambers. let's do Cogwork Dancers. Let's do Trobio 1. And then let's do Scar Singer Carmelita. And maybe do Strive and maybe do... Well, I probably won't do Bone Bottom. I'll do Strive. Let's do that. All right, I'm going to push record. The stream might be weird. Hello. Just refresh. The stream, for whatever reason, it really doesn't like that. See ya. Yeah, dude. I mean, like, whatever, dude. I totally dig that you like Rebirth. Yo, Ghoul, what's up? I think it's awesome that people like what they like. I think it would be really shitty if, you know, one of the worst things about online discourse is the fact that people will be like, "No, you're wrong," and it's like, why? Like, that's not how we behave in society. Like, we don't do that. We only do that online. I love 15. People think 15 is crazy. I loved it. I thought it was great. No, so well, right now we were doing so every Friday we do a Patreon live stream. Hey Manny. Where we listen to video game music that the patrons provide, because the patrons pay for that. And so that's one of their perks. So every Friday we listen to video game music. In general, my plan is to do more, and I said this 2 months ago, but then I got distracted by work. The plan is to do more non-Patreon, like general public music stuff, because it's fun. But I haven't been able to do that because I've been busy. Yeah, I can't wait. It'll be next week, I think. All right, let's pivot over to Choral Chambers. Dee da dee da dee da. Ooh, Trobio. That sounds fun. Oh wow, it's only a minute 40. It's crazy. These are really short. All right. Time to turn them into 10-minute videos. Choral Chambers is definitely one of the most beautiful tracks in Silksong, I think. It is incredibly gentle and effervescent. And I think it really speaks to what it means to enter into the citadel. I think it really speaks to, like, you know, being very committed to your faith. I think it's very, you know, just beautiful. Is it one stream every Friday? Every Friday, yep, from 11 a.m. EST to usually 3-ish. So let's break it down, shall we? I mean, I really do think that the space in that piano really feels like it's like about climbing the mountain to get to this place of holy rest, right? Body dum, body dotty dum, body dum. So that's what we're getting, kind of supporting that, and then we get boda dee da dee da 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 dee da da dee da da dee da da dee da 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 dee da da dee da da, and that kind of feels like it's already singing to us, right? Like there's a mystical quality there. There's a quality of really like reflection. Obviously, there's a major quality of religiousness in that sound. It feels very royal and very just kind of like, wow. You know, you just can't help but open your mouth wide and just like witness this beautiful sight, this giant statue, this giant door, this beautiful feeling of reverence, right? But it is sad. Maybe it's sad because the pilgrimage to get to the other side is bleak. It destroys us. It kills our spirit. It ruins us. It makes us feel, you know, lost and stuck and trapped and without, you know, I don't know. It's really interesting. Hold on one second. Sorry. All right, let's keep listening. See, it's interesting because so the middle section is so pristine. It's like a prayer. It's like a you know, ascending really to a higher power. It's incredibly gentle, you know. And then when the organ comes in, there's like this low bass feeling of thum. And again, it's like witnessing your God. It's like witnessing this moment or praying for deliverance and praying for arrival and ascension, you know. But then there's this air with the oboe where it almost feels like please answer my prayer. And so while we're praying and we're being dutiful and we're being responsible and we're being well thought out and thorough, then we have that little thought, oh God, I hope he hears it. Oh God, I hope they understand. Oh God, I hope that they're benevolent. You know, there's like a little thought, a little bubble, a little subtext, a little context aside that just like kind of lingers away. Oh, I hope that they hear my prayer. You know, I hope that they hear what I have to say. But then the middle section becomes a little bit mysterious. And then we have a bit of a shift. I think there's a meter change in there as well. Without having the sheet music in front of me, it's kind of hard for me to tell. And in that moment, there's like something else is happening here that we don't quite fully understand. Like what is going on here? There's a little bit of a twist, and suddenly we're left with, well, God, I don't know what that means. Whew. You know, and there's a little bit of danger in that sound, a little bit of that mystery of like what really lingers, what is behind the Wizard of Oz, who is behind all this, what is the other side of the curtain reveal, and then we go back and we're like, no, we shouldn't ask questions like that. That's not what we need to know. What we need to know is that we need to be dutiful, and we need to pray, we need to be responsible. And so suddenly we're caught back into that feeling of like, no, let's just get back into it right where I stopped. The tremolo in the strings is like, oh, it's so good to be faithful, you know. There's a really nice suspension there. It's very subtle movement. It's that upper neighbor down to the lower neighbor. And then the baritones and the tenors there are really buoying those sopranos that have been on their own and alone. But then the saints come in and they say, no. Oh, when the saints go marching in. Oh, when the saint, you know, there's this booing, the support of like, no, we're all in this together as a community. We all gather here to worship. We all gather here for praise and prayer. In a way, it's kind of, I mean, it's a homily. It's you know, or it's something, you know, you sing together. Amen, amen, amen. We want to be heard. We want to be seen. And there's this real mystifying and mystical sound to it. It's certainly one of the most beautiful of the soundtrack pieces. I would say probably maybe the most beautiful, to be honest with you. I really like it. And it's just so exquisitely sumptuous. Doubling with the oboe and the upper sopranos. Kind of we're reaching our hands out, right? Please listen to us, please. Nice little dissonance there, actually, in the altos as we then resolve naturally, body, to the final push there. It's gorgeous stuff. It's a beautiful piece of music, really sublime, and I think it really, you know, an invitation for prayer, an invitation for salvation. Yeah. Today I wanted to check out the Cogwork Dancers. Now this was right around this time. This is when I stopped streaming Hollow Knight, was after this fight. I actually love this fight. I thought this was a really terrific pace and a really terrific experience. And I enjoy this fight very, very much. The rhythmic quality to it really surprised me. The Baroque essence of it, not surprising with Christopher Larkin, but really, really, really inspirational and really interesting. So let's take a listen to it. No, we're not on the list anymore. I'm just filming. This will be the last video I film. I just figure I'm here, so I might as well grab it. All right, let's check it out. So a couple thoughts right off the bat is obviously this is a waltz. It's a very jagged waltz. Boom, chum, chum, chum. Boom, chum, chum, chum. Bum, 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 bum. Very rhythmic, very methodical, very, very measured, very dance focused, very left, right, left, right, right, left, right, right. Waltz, dum, dum, circling. So the whole thing is very, very, very cogwork, very, very meticulous, very dance-like, very smooth, not even smooth, excuse me, very rigid. The smooth doesn't come until until the string, but very, very methodical and very clear on the work at hand and the work required, right? But actually, I'm so sorry. It almost feels like we're stuck in this dance and we can't get out of it. Da dee da dee da da ya da 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 da. There's a bit of sadness in that. Da dee da dee da dee da da dee da dee da dee da dee da dee da ba da dum dum shum. Okay, I guess this is what we do all the time. We don't have a choice because we can't shift away. We can't pull away from each other. We are stuck in this cycle. We are constantly moving. We are constantly dancing. We are constantly constantly stuck, and we have no autonomy, and we have no freedom. And that's the kind of melody where it's beautiful, and it's like, boy, we're glad we're alive, kind of, you know, and it just continues on and on. Bum. And then we pick up a tempo, so it's interesting because we go rum, bum, bum, and we get the low bass kind of buoying that space, bum, 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 and then immediately, instead of in the game you would have the moment of pause, here we immediately go into phase 2, which is faster. Same thing, rhythmically very measured, and it's sort of, in a way, the speeding up is almost losing control, which is kind of interesting. It's in 4, not in 3, actually. Sorry. Run, 2, 3, 4, 1. See, it's really beautiful here because we get this the bum 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 bum. This is psychosis. This is a need to release. This is a need to be free of this cycle. And it's like, oh God, come on, let me be done with this. And in a way, killing these guys is actually a blessing because you free them from this prison of just constantly dancing in emotion and having to be responsible at all times. And then also the little ba-ba-bum, ba-ba-bum, ba-bum, ba-ba-bum. I think that's the voice. That's the voice of like, please let me go. Please, this is too much. You know what I mean? There's a real, that momentum pickup here is really prominent, obviously, but also very like, this is too much, you know? Tension there, of course. These are hits, right? So that's all fight, that's all drama, tension, but the subtext there can be like, you know, being backed into the corner and go doom, 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 right? Like really using your nail, or it could also be the internal monologue of these cogwork dancers that are like, this is too much. We've been doing this every day for 10 years. We're losing our minds. Please help us. You know what I mean? There's an intensity in that, a desperation of like, please put us out of our misery. Bum, 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 bim, bum. We don't know, right? That's the beauty of music. We can make it up. Nice brass emphasis. See, now it's getting serious. Tension. Because we shift orchestration, and now it's about tension because now we have the brass, and the brass there's the desperate quality in that. Bum, bum, and there's also strength in that, as if to say like, no, you won't defeat me, or I can't let you win because XYZ, right? There's a bunch of factors. And notice that even all of this is all repetition. It's all just trading it off, and it becomes quite romantic. So we move away from a Baroque time period, and we move into a romantic-ish, you know, like a Beethoven instead of a Bach. So about however many years that is, right? So we pivot and shift into a new idea musically, even though it's the same piece, and then we go pum, death. Like just hitting the hammers on the keys. On the celeste there. And that gives us that sad quality, right? Somber. Because it doesn't fully flesh out the sound. And it slowly dies and fades away. Thumb. We barely get a resolution. Thumb. And I was speaking with it. Listen, this is the resolution. Just a little, it's that last breath, the release, right? And so after all of that, even though it's sad, we we remove the will to fight, and we remove that, and then as it does, it slowly unwinds itself and stop. Right? It's beautiful. It's beautiful. Definitely another one of the like just one of the best songs in the game for sure. Definitely like a music box winding down. Absolutely. There's a feeling of just like okay. And that's it. Right? It's gorgeous. It's gorgeous. Definitely another one of the just primo songs in the game. There's a couple more tracks I wanted to listen to at some point. Scar Singer, Carmelita, Strive, of course, Lace, of course. I don't think I've ever done I haven't done an analysis of Lace. Let me know which tracks you'd want to have me analyze and talk about. They're really fun to talk about. Yeah, maybe I should do The Last Judge just because that was so much punishment for me. Anyway, thanks a ton, and I'll see you later. Stop recording. All right, guys, I'm going to hop off. I hope you have a blessed and beautiful weekend. I was going to stream Wuthering Waves 2.6 tomorrow, but I got to be honest with you. I need to catch up on sleep, and I need to just be a vegetable. So I don't think I have the energy for WUWA 2.6 tomorrow, part 1, but I do definitely want to watch WUWA 2.7's preview, which I believe is coming out on the 27th of September, not the 26th. So I think it's Saturday morning. We will be there because 2.7 looks exciting. And yeah, thanks for hanging out. Thank you, of course, for the patrons. Thank you for the non-patrons who are here just hanging out. Thank you to those of you that are over on Twitch who stayed after the raid. Thanks a ton, guys. And we'll see you next week. It's on the 26th. All right. That's Friday. That's perfect. So we'll watch that in the morning, and then we'll pop over to Patreon. Yeah. I'll see you guys very soon. Thank you. Bye. Be well.